Hello everyone, this is Jason Merkle with Horizon Hobby, and I'm joined here today by Ali Machinchy, who's the product developer for a very cool new product. This is the new Hangar 9 Valiant 10cc, which is based on our very popular Hangar 9 Valiant 30cc, and also it's coming on not too long off the heels of the E-Flight 1.3 meter Valiant, which has been very well received, and I think both Valiant models that we've released so far, people love them.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a strong following, and rightly so. They're solid performing aircraft that appeal to a diverse and wide range of modelers.
Yeah, it's a very relatively simple airplane, looks nice, looks classic, looks you know, pretty relatively standard, but it just flies great.
It's deceptive. It catches a lot of people out, me in particular. When the Valiant first came out, I was like, oh, that's cool, it's a high wing airplane, but as soon as I flew one, the aerobatic potential, the smoothness, the cleanliness of its flying lines, yeah, blew me away. So I've still got two Valiants in my fleet, one for me and my son, and we fly them as aerobatic sport planes.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because I think a lot of people look at it, they say, hey, it looks just like a 40 size trainer, 60 size trainer, whatever, high wing trainer, and it's not that. It's also not a Cub. It's more like almost a low wing sport airplane, but in a high wing package.
Correct.
So that's something that's really cool. And so what's nice about this 10cc version is we're giving something that's kind of in between. The original 30cc model is very large. It's giant scale, and it's too large for some guys to transport practically. It's a great flying airplane, has a lot of presence, and then the E-Flight model is a fantastic park flyer. But if you want something that's kind of in between, especially to fly at a club field like this without all the big hassle, or the hassle of a big airplane and the giant scale size and overall girth, this is nice because it's got a 69-inch wingspan, so it's almost got a giant scale feel to it.
Two-piece wing, don't forget as well. 69 inches, it breaks down really easily and quickly. Yeah,
and that's a really cool thing too, is that the design doesn't require any tools for taking the wings or putting the wings on and taking them off.
No, it's all toolless. Nylon thumb screw for the top hatch, which allows access to the two nylon thumb screws for the wing. The front deck canopy all comes off in one. It's magnetized with two big hefty magnets, two carbon dowels at the front, so you can access your fuel tank for the gas version, or your battery and speed controller for the electric version. So you can be out of your small car and flying within probably 2-3 minutes at the field.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing, is we're going above and beyond whenever we can to make sure that our models are easy to take apart and put together at the field, because we know not everybody has a big SUV, a big van to transport a fully assembled airplane in. You're breaking it down and putting it in their car, and this would actually literally fit in a sedan.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback on the video saying they love the big Valiant, but they just can't take it around and then store it. So it was always the intention of this airplane to be super practical, and I think we've achieved that.
Yeah, I think we have. And the nice thing is it is again set up for a 10cc gas engine.
Yep.
Pretty common size, you know, for old school guys like me, that's a 60 size airplane.
Stock muffler out the side, no need for a fancy muffler internal or anything like that, sidewinder, torpedo muffler, whatever you want to call it.
And it's good power, and it's obviously with gas now, it's so much better than glow. It's just, I don't know, overall you get better gas mileage, a lot of flight time on an 8-ounce tank of fuel.
Yeah, people are going to be flying it with 8cc up to 15cc, I foresee that. It's a strong airplane, it's stout, big aluminium wing tube, it will take that. No struts.
No struts,
it's nicely constructed, so it will take the aerobatic loads of the bigger engines. So yeah, it's very, and I keep using this word with our designs, but we try it, it's very versatile. It'll appeal to a whole bunch of different people. The guys that just want to sport fly at the club and have something they can take off short field and grass runways, no problem. To the other guys that sometimes want to do some nice precision aerobatics, it will do all of that.
Yeah, and that's what I was most impressive to me watching it fly, is it actually can fly pretty darn precise, pretty darn smooth. It almost looks like an old school pattern model. Well, at least watching you fly.
I don't know. It's got a bunch of side area. It handles really well on its side in knife edge, rolling maneuvers. Although the roll isn't blisteringly fast, it's very consistent and smooth. So you've got lots of time to do stuff like 4-point rolls, slow rolls. Knife edges really well. It never ceases to amaze me how well for a high wing airplane.
Yeah, not a ton of coupling. It's just a good looking airplane. It looks good on knife edge. And so again, we mentioned the gas version. And so if you guys check out our other product video, you'll see the gas version in action. But we're actually here today flying the electric powered version.
Yep.
And we'll go ahead and get it in the air and show you guys how it performs.
All the stock setup, just to run through, is Power 46, E-Flight Power 46, 60 amp controller. This particular one you'll see fly will be on 5S, but anything from 4S 4000 up to 5S 5000 works. Standard servos between the gas version and the electric version, so nothing fancy, no minis or micros. It's equipped for 6110 Spectrum standard servos. The gas version is our Evolution 10cc engine with the supplied muffler, so that bolts straight on, nothing else to buy. it's yeah, pretty standard as models go nowadays.
And we even include a color match spinner.
Color match spinners in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. I remember years ago trying to find a spinner that matched. And
shape and color,
yeah. Color, big hassle. So we throw that in the box, it's all there. So without further ado, let's get it up in the air.
Sure.
We'll talk a bit more about the handling and everything. So as you guys can see, he's actually got the flaps down part way. Takeoff flaps. Flaps are standard, and the flaps are very effective. You'll actually see that when he does some slow flight later and a nice landing with the flaps all the way down.
We'll go for a gentle takeoff first time round. Nice and smooth. It tracks pretty well on the ground. No great drama. We've got probably about a 10-15 mile an hour 90-degree crosswind here at Eli, which is pretty common. Yeah. That takeoff was just 1 notch below half power. Flaps are still in now, so if I put them away, give you an idea of the power that's available. We'll open it up and pull the nose up now. So yeah, as you said, not unlimited vertical, but a lot more than you'd expect for an aeroplane like this. So
more than enough.
Pulling it over the top into a snap, into a spin. Release the sticks now. Exits nice and cleanly and pitch out.
Very nice. So as you guys can see, it's got a good look in the air. I think most people would agree. It's just got a nice, classic, clean look to it. And I think, you know, for guys like me who've been flying for a really long time, this kind of takes me back in the day to, again, thinking about a trainer, but it flies a heck of a lot better and it's a heck of a lot more fun than a trainer. Yeah, the wing section, the airfoil is a straight transfer from the bigger Valiant 10cc. Product developer Craig Greening did that, and he actually started this project. I took it over towards the latter stages of it, so it comes from a very good designer. He spent a lot of time on the bigger one, making sure that it was adaptive enough that it would aerobat as well as sport fly. Yeah, and I think one of the things that we came across when we were developing the electric one is that the wing was almost too efficient, and we literally had to put flaps on it. Yeah, the big bottom hinge flaps, you need a lot of movement on those to get it down sometimes, especially when it's calm. It just keeps flying. Super efficient semi-symmetrical airfoil. So yeah, I think that's a lot of how it flies can be attributed to that. Yeah. As you guys can see, it's got the stripes on the bottom, so it's easy to tell bottom from top. I really like the stripes. It's simple, it's clean, and very effective. Very effective. The thing I like about this plane a lot is you can do a circuit with 3 different styles of flying. You know, you can slow down and just sport flight like this, no flapping at all, and yeah, just putt around. It's super happy. I'm not fighting the ailerons at all. It's just no indication of a wing drop at all. And then if I want to open it up and then go and fly a bit more like a hooligan, a lot tighter and a lot more aggressively, I can pitch up over the top into a loop. I wouldn't call it unlimited aerobatics, but yeah, it's a lot more than people would expect on an airplane like this. So, well, it was nice to see you push there because, you know, a lot of airplanes, you wouldn't comfortably do that without them snapping out or doing something strange. It hasn't got tons of washout. It's got such an efficient wing, we didn't need to put a ton of washout in it. So what that means is that it handles inverted stuff really well. It's not fighting or wanting to twist out of inverted whatsoever. And then in the same circuit, if I want to, I can drop the flaps like I'm doing now and then slow it right down. So that's straight into landing flap, no big balloon up, a little bit of down elevator pitched in. But again, completely different flight envelope to what we've had. Nice and slow, little bit of rudder around the turns there, keeping the wings flat. Probably got about quarter power on, overcoming the drag. Bags of lift. It never gives you any indication that it wants to drop out the sky. And yeah, just super relaxing Sunday flying, something my dad would love to fly. Yeah, I hope that everybody can see it in the video. It has slowed down a ton now with the flaps down. I know you did that circuit earlier, low throttle, low speed, but boy, it's a lot slower now. Look at that. Yeah, it's super happy. And then open it up, and away we go, back into sport flying. So you were mentioning earlier that it's good at knife edge. Knife edge, all day, every day. Here we go, put it on its side. I've got a little bit of opposite aileron in there, about half rudder stick, half throttle, pushing round. As you can see, no cheat, that is a true 90-degree knife edge. It doesn't need to go on its side to compensate for lack of rudder. Yeah, and you're not giving it a ton of rudder. No, if I want to open up the rudder, open up the throttle, we can actually go over the top. Ah, very cool. Not a maneuver you expect a high-wing trainer looking airplane to be doing, but yeah, it's happy to do it. Same with a descending knife edge. If I roll it over the top here, throttle back, let it descend, now full rudder, little bit of opposite aileron, start putting a power on to arrest the descent. Oh yeah. And there we go, and come back over the top. So yeah, it's a knife edge machine. It's effortless in knife edge. Very cool. So how about point rolls then? It's pretty good at those? Yeah, we'll give it a go. We're coming from this side here. Point roll to the right, I guess. So we go 4-point roll, no pitch up needed. Little bit of speed, there's one.
There's 2, a smidge in the down elevator, and 3 and 4. Again, effortless. It really doesn't need much flying around those points whatsoever. You know, some aeroplanes want to twist out, or when you put rudder in, you have coupling.
Coupling, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is very, very friendly. So
excellent, excellent. And one of the things I was watching you do earlier that I really liked were just basic stall turns. Now, I know it's a combination of the pilot and the plane, but I think this airplane does do them well, and it looks good doing it.
Looks good. That's the main thing. It's happy. You know, it's got, although not bags of rudder, when you look at it, it's still very effective. So if we come in now and do a stall turn to our right, but let's have a look. Pitch up now. I don't have to lead with a lot of rudder. I can leave the rudder till pretty late. So there we go. And now left, and there it goes. Right up. So nice and straight on the down line. No waggle. It's big fin, so it's not struggling to get stable again. So we do the same again here to the left. So hold it on a bit of throttle, and there goes the rudder now.
Very nice.
A little bit of a waggle there, but it sorts itself out and straightens itself out pretty quickly.
Looking good. So would you say that the overall power level is about the same with the gas version, 10cc powered?
Yeah, I'd say so. What we've got here, this is on the 5S setup, is probably a little bit more sprightly than the 33cc Evo on the big version, but the 4S is very similar.
Okay, got it. Yeah, let's see what a landing looks like.
Okay, we'll bring it around, slow it down. Got the flaps out already. It's a 90-degree cross, so there's a likelihood it won't be the prettiest of landings, but we'll give it a try. We're coming from our right. As you can see, you don't have to go far out to slow it down. It will come in pretty short final here. So a little bit of power maintaining speed, and typically the wind builds up and make not the best landing, but gives you an idea of it. It will slow down quite happily, and that's dead 90 degrees crosswind. So hopefully in our product video we'll have a bit better conditions, and we'll do some grass field takeoff and landings and show you, 1, how short it will land, and 2, how slow it will land into a wind.
Yeah, well, I think it looks fantastic in the air. Again, 69-inch wingspan, 10cc engine, 46 size electric motor, all for $249.99.
Correct.
$250 US.
Yep.
Not a bad price for what you're getting. It's quite a bit of airplane. Ultra coat covered.
Genuine ultra coat covered, yep.
We've got the color matched spinner, fiberglass cowl, fiberglass wheel pants, aluminum landing gear, steerable tail wheel, flaps are in the box. Yeah, it just looks like a good looking airplane, a good value, easy to maintain, easy to transport, easy to fly.
More importantly, I think it's a plane for everyone. Everyone will have fun with this airplane, whether you are, I wouldn't say a raw novice, but new to the hobby, or whether you're flying, you know, unlimited aerobatics. You could take this airplane up, as I do, and have a blast with it. So there's something there for everyone.
Well, that's one thing that I have noticed about the big one is guys from jet jocks all the way down to relatively low time guys fly it and love it.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. So again, great plane for everyone, great value. Thank you very much, Ali.
Pleasure.
It's a lot of fun, looks good. Thank you guys.